I'm so happy at the same time. We're all, the Health Freedom Expo is almost over. What are we going to do to keep this going? Well, I think we're going to ramp it up because there's another event coming up in about 12 days. Our guest, we're overdriving. Our guest right now has never been to a Health Freedom Expo, so I know you're going to welcome her. Of course, my other friend over on the other side has been to a bunch of them, and you love him already, Dr. Leonard Coldwell. Everybody know Dr. C? We just have a blast whenever we get together because we just have this passion for healing and helping people to get well that just cannot be contained. And we have a dear friend with us here. She did a road trip all the way from New York to be here in Chicago just so she can encourage all of us to come back to New York with her in 12 days at the Alive Foundation special event. We'll talk about that this hour, but first and foremost, I want to say a big, warm, loving welcome to the sweetest girl we've ever met. She's wonderful.
Absolutely.
The founder of the Earth Diet and the book The Earth Diet as well, werner-gray.
We drove 17 hours yesterday from New York, and in 12 days is the event Alive New York, which we're all so excited about. It's basically just a massive gathering of us, people sharing. There's guest speakers. It's basically like the Oscars of the health. So we're acknowledging people in the health industry that are making like a massive difference in the world. So 12 days away. And my book is launching at this event too, the Earth Diet book, which you can pre-order on the website, theearthdiet.com or .org, and if you pre-order before the event, you get a free ebook. So you get two, hard copy and internet version. And yeah, so here we are. Cool. So I guess we'll start with why this kind of evolved and how I happen to be here and all of that. Like, I grew up in the middle of Australia in the bush. I went to a school that had half white people, half Aboriginal people, and we always went on school excursions. And I learned as a kid like how the indigenous people lived off the land for hundreds of years without machines and technology, and how they thrived without like cancer and sickness and diseases and that kind of thing. And so then as I was growing up, I went to school, I was really into the arts, and I wanted to pursue doing acting. So I started working in television and film, which I still do, but then when I was 21, one day, a thing in my neck just went pop. And it turned out to be a benign tumor in my lymphatic system with active cancer cells. And basically, to me, that was like, okay, this is like a time bomb. This should not be in my body. This is not meant to be in my lymphatic system. I have to heal this, get rid of it. And I went to my natural doctor after getting all my results. I healed it in 3 months. I healed it so quickly because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I knew that I had like the power or responsibility to be able to change that. And I remember when the healing took place, I was laying there in bed, I'm like, this feels like so terrible. My organs were like stuck, my lymphatic system, which is responsible for draining the body, it's like the sewage system of the body, was completely stagnant. I could feel toxins in my body. So I was like, all right, well obviously I can either live from this or die from this. I want to live. And that's when the shift took place. And then after that, I did just 2 months of juicing every day, beet juice. And I encourage everyone, especially in America, to buy a juicer and juice at least once per day. Because as we've heard from Robert Scott and also from other speakers here, that our food is so depleted of nutrients. So when we juice, at least we're getting some kind of nourishment into the body. So I did that, I did colonics, I did coffee enema, I did Epsom salt bath, and I reprogrammed my mind to a path of wellness instead of a path of like sickness and guilt and disease. So then, after that, I spent 5 years, the reason I feel like I got my tumor was because I spent 5 years feeling guilty and feeling absolutely terrible, and I would binge eat on junk food. And every time I would eat the junk food, I would find myself like, why am I eating this? This has no nutritional value at all. Like, our fruits and vegetables are so depleted, let alone foods that come from packages and machines. And then I would just be frustrated, and then I would feel guilty, and then I'd be like, okay, this is the last day that I'm ever going to do this again. From tomorrow, I'm going to start fresh, I'm going to start healthy, and I would be healthy for like 3 days, and then I would crave sugar again, like a vicious cycle, and I would start it all over again. That happened for 5 years. And I was completely sick of doing that. I didn't want to wake up one day when I was 40 and be like, damn it, I just threw away my health, my body, I didn't get to appreciate it, didn't get to be in moments fully because my mind was like chitter-chattering like, oh my god, you just ate all those chips and that chocolate and those lollies, blah, 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 blah. It was so tiring. So I was like, okay, I need to create something that's going to hold me accountable to sticking to a healthy diet. I know the Aboriginals lived off the land. I could do it. Let's see if I can do it in today's time with all this technology, and everywhere we go there's all these other options for fast foods and candies and stuff like that. So I said, all right, I'll blog every day for 1 year, and I'll only eat foods from the earth for 1 year. So my blog is online. This was 3 years ago. So I did it for 1 year and I stuck to it, and it completely transformed my entire life. Everything shifted. So I went from being a binge eater, vicious cycle, addicted to junk foods, had like candida, had this imbalance in my whole system, to now I feel the healthiest and most alive I've ever felt. And I've been living this lifestyle now since I finished the blog, but I do call myself a flexitarian. So,
What?
a flexitarian. It's a new term.
Flexibility.
Flexible, exactly, or intuitarian. So basically, I'll go with intuitarian. Basically, like I'll eat mostly raw, vegan, plant-based lifestyle. I juice every day. I'll have a lemon water every day. But if I'm out at like a barbecue or something, or I'm out where there's only this kind of food, like yeah, I'll eat a burger and I'll eat a fries. But I can feel my body's like, okay, cool, you got that. Then the next day, I'm craving a juice. But first, like I wouldn't say that to someone who's obese or overweight, like trust your intuition, because you're probably going to be craving like junk foods and that kind of thing. So first, clean out the system, then trust what's going on here, and you're always right. Like the body will always show you and tell you what you need to do to cleanse and be healthy. So yeah, living a life based on the earth, and we are the earth. Like we live here, and we really polluted it. Like we're really at a time, it's 2012, right? We're at a time of like intervention. Like people, we have to have an intervention of health, because the statistics now is 1 in every 2nd person is getting cancer. It's terrible. Every 30 seconds, someone in the world commits suicide, depression, diabetes. America is the fattest and sickest country on the planet, so that's why we're here, to spread health. And it's not like coming from a place like, oh, you're bad because you're sick and you're overweight or whatever. It's like, well, maybe you didn't know. Let's shift it, let's change it. Like, let's focus on what the earth is providing us naturally, which is an abundance of amazing whole foods, nuts, herbs, spices, fruits, vegetables. If you're a meat eater, at least eat meat organically. Because when we don't eat meat that's organic, think about it, like we're the same as an animal, right? We have the muscle. If they're like going through a slaughter and they're really stressed, we're gonna eat that meat and we take on that same energy. So at least have it organic, because the animals are at least a bit happier, a bit more free, right? But it's all a balance, and here we are, and yeah, I'm all about like eating good, whole, nourishing foods that taste good. So when I came to America, I saw how much Americans love peanut butter and chocolate. Really, and I'm a huge chocolate eater. So yeah, I was eating chocolate every day, like processed chocolate before the Earth died. And then I started my blog. I was like, I have to find a way to make healthy chocolate. And I knew that the Egyptians did it with cacao, like, thousands of years ago. So I got cacao and I started experimenting, and I developed some recipes. They're all online. They'll be in the Earth Diet book as well. All these chocolate recipes. And the most popular one we sell them in New York is the chocolate peanut butter cups. And they're so simple. Made with cacao powder, cacao butter, peanuts, almonds, agave, and water. That's it. People eat it and they're like, wait a minute, I should feel guilty about eating this because it actually tastes good. And that's how our food should taste. Amazing. Because the earth really does provide us with awesome whole foods, and we can make the most divine foods that satisfy us, and we still have the energy to keep going. So we can have a big feed, be like, awesome, we can go dance, we can go run. We shouldn't be like eating and be like, oh, I'm so tired. That's, yeah. Eat for life. Yeah.
If I can say something to that.
Do it.
When I flew, like, these two are like family members. Liana is like my little sister, and Robert is really like my little brother. We have a very close relationship with each other. I flew Liana into Charleston, South Carolina, where I'm at home, into paradise. This girl, I'm a good eater, and I eat everything. If it's unhealthy, I eat it, okay? And I eat a lot. And we're going to eat steak. This girl ate twice as much as I ate. And look at her. Life is unfair. That's the truth. But ladies and gentlemen, what we are all saying is, life is about energy. Energy keeps you healthy, and lack of energy makes you sick. The only cause of illness is lack of energy. There is no other cause for lack of energy, for illness, or any kind of symptoms, mentally, emotionally, physically, than lack of energy. Our main energy drainer is diet. That means basically, if we digest all day long, if we're using up our energy all day long just for digestion, then we have no possibility to stay healthy and keep healthy. So it starts with, look at Liana. Look at her posture. She doesn't have the posture of a victim. Oh, poor me, life is so hard. And the typical depressed self-pity party that most people have with themselves to get themselves deeper and deeper into anxiety and problems. Look at Robert. He has always a smile on his face. The second we start being more positive, and the way I introduced Liana to everybody, I said, Liana is the most positive living human being I ever met in my life. And I stand with this. People think it's fake because she's so positive and so happy all the time. No, that's her. 24 hours a day. And she can go 24 hours a day. So Liana, tell us about a little bit more about your diet. When you were sick and you had this tumor, and people don't understand, Liana had this huge tumor on her throat, on her neck, and what she didn't tell you, yeah, she's in the movies and she's a famous movie star, but she didn't really tell you she's even Miss Australia. So this girl has really something to show for. So, and as I always tell you in my seminars, in my speeches, you never listen to somebody that hasn't done it before. You listen to somebody that did it before. You listen to somebody that looks as healthy as these two people here. And that's the people you ask. You don't ask somebody that weighs 520 pounds, how did you get there? So Liana, tell us about your energy level when you were sick, and your energy level when you start changing your diet and your mental attitude. What happened?
Completely different. When I was sick, my energy was very low. I was sleeping like 14 hours a day. I wasn't myself. I was like, oh, I don't even want to get up and go to the bathroom. The doctors were like, oh, you might develop chronic fatigue, and like from there everything kind of spirals and goes worse. But yeah, changing what I ate, and we are what we eat, right? Because what we eat becomes our cells and builds our bodies. So when I changed what I eat, my whole body just changed. My energy was like, I have to contain my energy sometimes. Especially here in America, people like when they first meet me, they're like, wait, is she for real? They're like trying to like figure me out a bit, and it takes them a while to get to know me and be like, okay, she's consistently like that. That's how I feel like our natural state is. And when we're children, we're at our most healthy, well, we should be at our most healthy and most conscious and aware, and that's who we really are. And then it kind of gets like beaten out of us, and we get more sick and tired, and then we learn at school like, okay, when I get older, this is what happens. I get fat and I get sick and then I die. That's not how we should die. We should die healthy. I mean, that's kind of a weird concept for people to get, like, wait a minute, I'm going to be healthy and die? Like, how does that work? But yeah, I feel like as human species right now, and this is awesome to be in this room with all of you, like we are at an evolution point where we could go this way or this way. We could go to a path of more disease and destruction and depression and cancer, or we can go to health and thrive and live on this paradise of on earth. And I feel like changing the food changes the energy, everything, and it made me become so consciously aware of everyone else and the earth. Before, I didn't really think about what happens when I flush the toilet. I was like, flush, done, gone. But it actually goes somewhere. And then we put our rubbish in the bin, that actually goes somewhere. Where does it go? It goes to the earth. And then we grow things in the earth. So if we're polluting the earth, we're eating like polluted foods. It's a whole like cycle. So the diet transforms everything. First it transforms your own body and your own life. Then you start inspiring everyone around you. which is awesome because it's great to be healthy, but then it's like, well, if everyone around me is unhealthy, that sucks. So now I want to inspire other people, and then, yeah, it's a good life.
I feel healthier just hanging out right here.
You can feel the energy, right?
Well, this is, another living example, and Dr. C talks about that. We need living examples. I think that's why we come together at these things, because you get to meet one another and you have healing stories. They're absolutely amazing. It will never be covered in the evening news.
Right.
Dr. C covers it, talks about it. I covered it on the show. I mean, there are people that are now finally. Well, we come together, and now when somebody tells you you can't cure cancer, you look them in the face and say, that's a bald-faced lie. You've seen it. Maybe you've done it, like Leanna. And that provides the opportunity to look at life differently and live differently.
Right.
And of course, when we talk about the younger generation, I mean, I don't know half these movie stars we're supposed to see in a couple of days. I don't know them. But they need that message. Maybe they're delivering that message. Which I always worried about the next generation. That's why I talk about recovering from the vaccine damage. They're all being hammered so horribly. And so we've got a lot of work to do. But the fact is, when we see some cancer gone, there was no oncologist that was giving her radiation and surgery. And we talk about the difference in what we want here. We have an opportunity to create life differently than the construct that was laid on us in our generation. Certainly.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the part is when you understand where Liana is coming from. She and a couple of friends are building this event, Alive New York, in 12 days. This is a huge thing. I do this for 38 years, and even looking at it, it's a huge thing to pull something like that off. So we are on the phone and texting each and every minute and every day and whenever we can, and supporting each other. That's what friends are for, because, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand one fundamental thing. The only thing that keeps you going is your social net. Success is always a result of effective team play. Nobody makes it to the top alone. Nobody stays at the top alone. And this is why you need to throw the negative people out of your life, because they will always be negative. They will always get your energy level down. And that is the main cause of cancer, mental and emotional stress. Now people like us are coming together. When I talk to Robert, I always have to smile. He's just, even on the phone or on the radio, I see him smiling in my head. It's the coolest thing. But when we look at the Alive event New York, Liana was, when she was with me in South Carolina a couple of weeks ago, extremely tense and stressed out. And then she made the decision. I'm pulling this through, I can do this, and all of a sudden everything changed. She got more relaxed, she got looser. Look at her, there's no little bit of stress in this girl. And this comes from a decision. And Liana, the most important part for you was the decision, as far as I understand it, that you make the decision, you take charge over your own life and over your own health. Can you tell us a little bit about decision making, taking control, taking charge?
Right. Well, to me that just makes sense, because if we get sick, we have the power to heal it, right? It does. I know a lot of people think it just happens, and a lot of people get angry when I say to them, you can cure anything. Anything. Really, and you just look back in history and you look on the internet and you can see it. So my story is nothing compared to stories that are out there of people that have healed. It's amazing what people are doing. Even on their deathbeds, people are healing and transforming their life, going the other way. It's absolutely possible. And we play every part of that role. I mean, we decide, okay, I'm going to get out of bed today, I'm going to go to the shops. That's our decision, we're doing that. So we decide, okay, I can get worse from this, and I'm going to die, or okay, I'm going to get better. And every day we can get healthier and healthier and healthier and healthier. Even if it's just a lemon water every day, or a juice every day. I'm not talking about the juice that you buy from the stores, because they obviously have to put preservatives and all that kind of stuff to keep it. But make your own juice with beet, carrot, celery, ginger, apples, kale, greens. Yeah.
How many people juice here? Anybody juice? Wow.
Wow.
Not every audience will see that.
Wow, that's powerful. That's awesome. Right? And even after a week of juicing, you feel better. Okay, the people that don't juice in here, juice every day for 1 week, 7 days. And if you don't feel better, you never have to juice again. Really. I guarantee, you're going to feel amazing. It makes sense. You're getting things at cellular level, nourishment. And so I'm all about nourishment and love for the body instead of guilt and disease. So eating whole foods and just nourishing the body. Obviously, when We want to have something that makes us like feel, you know, a bit less energized, bring our energy down a bit, but then just have another juice and kind of keep balancing it out. Just keep pouring in the nourishment, cellular nourishment.
So Liana, does healthy, good tasting food has to be ugly and disgusting on your plate?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. And that's what I was saying before to Dr. C, is that there are so many awesome foods that the earth provides us naturally. When we can put them together, we can make raw lasagna. Okay, in New York, if you guys are going to come to Alive New York, you got to check out Organic Corner, because that's where the earth diet, it's like the earth diet home. We sell like raw lasagna there, raw pasta pesto out of zucchini, the peanut butter cups. We had a customer buy the raw lasagna, call up, and was like really mad, like, you said there was no meat and no cheese in this thing. Like, yeah, that's right, because that's what, like, a few nuts and herbs and spices can make the food taste like an actual lasagna. But it's raw, it's made with zucchini instead of pasta, it's made with walnuts and sun-dried tomatoes for the meats and different herbs. It's awesome. You make raw sausages. There's
Organic Corner, did you say?
Organic Corner, yeah. They're nominated for an Alive Award, which the Alive is like the Oscars for the health. So there are some people being nominated. You're nominated for Alive Radio.
Is everybody voted?
You can win an award.
How crazy is
And
that?
it's spreading awareness. So yeah, you can vote once per day, so 12 days. So you can vote 12 more times.
I think we're gonna fly out of Earth orbit or something. You can't reward people that are doing good work, right? I mean, this is the thing about the transition, is that for so many years, there were others that controlled the way we thought, what was valuable, you know, what we valued. And so much of that part of our lives, if you grew up in America like I did, has either fallen away by, you know, I guess the pain motivated you to drop it, or it was just some form of necessity. Now, some here, you come here, you might not have been as ill as I was in my life, or had a cancer like this, but you're here. And that tells me about the choices you're making already.
Right.
And it's an extraordinary, powerful choice, because it's not one that you asked permission to do. You didn't ask, you know, the FDA or the government or any pharmaceutical, could I do this? You're doing it, and that's the power you have. The fact that you've done it, acknowledge it, recognize, well, if I can do it here, I can do it there, and there, and there, and there. And Dr. C has been a living example for many years trying to teach this, because it wasn't easier in the early years, I'm sure.
You know, with all the bullets flying, I have still one bullet in my body, and my car's been bombed a couple of times, and we have about an average of 27 death threats a day. Now my office staff just says, can you come by now and shoot at us? It's so boring here. You know, Jay, come over. Honestly, you know, we're at this point where everybody just thinks it's just funny by now. And so the most important part, and where it's all coming from, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what Liana can tell you a lot about, what happens if you actually, first of all, every cancer is curable in 2 to 16 weeks in my experience. Every cancer. Not every person. The whiners, complainers, and self-pity body guys, they're going to die. And it's okay, you know? We do not want these negative people around. Just whine, complain, tell everybody what unfair life is, and just die, okay? That's all good. It's more air for us, more food, more parking spaces, it's all good. So when we understand that we have a powerful enemy, and this powerful enemy pops up in the weirdest and strangest ways. Liana posted a blog. Liana, can you tell us about the blog and what happened?
Right, okay, so yeah, there are a lot of people in the world that like us, like you guys, because you're a part of the health, you're going down the healthy path, but the pharmaceutical companies and, you know, the big bank corporations don't like us because we threaten their system. We threaten, like, they're the biggest money-making industry on the planet. You know, it's awesome, they're making great money, but at the expense of people being sick. So they don't like us right now, and Dr. C, like, I'm only in this for the last, like, 5, 6 years. He's been in it for a long time. He's like a warrior. He's one of the ones who started this whole movement and stood up even with bullets flying at him. So yeah, it's challenging in the beginning, and they don't like us saying that, yeah, you can cure cancer, because they're like, no, you can't. You have to come and pay tens of thousands of dollars for chemo. It's like, no, actually, you can just use your mind and a few simple things from the earth. So I wrote this blog about my experience and about how you can cure cancer, and every cancer is curable. And I just wrote 10 points of people that have done it, including myself and Anita Morjani, if you've heard of her, and a few other people that have healed themselves, Wayne Dyer, and the blog went viral. Went to like India and Dubai and Australia, and people went the same thing. We all have the same capabilities, really. The only thing that stops one person doing something from another is just this. Because we can keep telling ourselves to keep getting up and go and go and go and go and go. Yeah.
And Liana got really attacked, really bad. And she was really upset about this because her entire intent was just being good, spreading the news and the message of hope. That's what I do for 38 years, spreading the message of hope. See, ladies and gentlemen, I have, based on 2 independent studies done, a cancer cure rate of 92.3%. I have provenly cured, or helped cure 35,000 cancer patients. I have seen 66,000 patients, sold 57 million books. My book, The Only Answer to Cancer, sold 2 million times in 25 months. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what I'm talking about, but they don't want us to talk. And when Liana said there's a possibility, there's hope, they accused her of giving people false hope. And that really got me on the track.
That's how we met.
That's how we met. Warriors.
Good comes out of everything.
Because I figured this out, I called Liana up, I flew her into Charleston, and I said, let's make some videos. I have my own TV studio and so on. And we created 3 videos or 4. And after the first one went out, the people stopped bombarding her with negativity. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there is no such thing as false hope. There are a lot of assholes out there talking a lot of bullshit. That's all. So, we all are living proof that there is hope. You wouldn't be here if you wouldn't hope for a better life, for a happier life, for a healthier life. And just Liana giving people hope, or trying to give people hope, and getting attacked and telling her she gives people false hope and wishing she gets cancer and dies of it.
Yeah, that's mean.
You know, that's a little bit overdoing it. So we did these videos, we put them out, and I think it's kind of like all the negativity stopped, right? Or is there anything still coming in?
I mean, there's still comments.
Still some assholes
Yeah.
left? Or?
We'll find them.
We have a list for Christmas. An audio list. But the most important part was the Alive event. What people really need to understand is, for the first time, there is a red carpet event, rewarding people for doing the right thing.
Out my tux. Yeah, I think I only have one from when I got married, and I still fit in it.
So the most important thing is have fun, guys. Support people like Liana. Go to alivenewyork.com, and it's just 12 days away. You can watch it on the internet, live on the internet. You know, Robert and I, we will spreading the news, and Liana will be there and spreading the energy. And she just drove 17 hours to arrive here. Look at this girl. She drove 17 hours. Look at her. Does she look like she just drove 17 hours?
It's a great drive, by the way. It's quite relaxing. The scenery is amazing. Great trees. Oh, it's beautiful.
Traffic lowers your blood pressure, too.
Yeah, traffic jams. Yeah, you have to relax. You just surrender to it. You're like, all right, here we are.
But look at all these smiling, happy, pretty healthy faces here.
It's awesome.
It was worth it.
Yeah, so feel free to drive to New York in 12 days for the event. Like, really. But support us. We really have to come together as humanity to do this, because it is hard. And we are up against quite like a strong machine, or, corporations and stuff. So we really have to unite as humans and say, okay, what do we want? Do we want a healthy planet, or a really shitty, disgusting, polluted planet? And I would rather live in a paradise, because this place is awesome.
The most important part, ladies and gentlemen, to support positivity. We need to stop supporting or condoning negativity. We need to listen to Robert Scott Bell's show, which is always, whenever I'm in a bad mood, I turn on his radio show.
Yes.
He always makes me feel good.
Yes.
You know, I'm texting back and forth with Liana. She says, I'm dancing on the beach. She's sending this. She's dancing on the beach. I think, yeah, we are alive. You know?
Yes.
So, and this is a quality of life we all need, and we not all need to strive for. And so the most important part for all of us is, you need to understand, If nature creates a problem, nature creates the answer. And if you see Liana's pictures of her new book, The Earth Diet, and if you look at the pictures, that stuff looks so sinfully yummy.
It doesn't look like health food. There's like popsicles and there's like burgers. Okay, there's a section for meat eaters. Then there's a section for raw vegans. There's a section for juicing. There's cooked vegan foods as well. So there's something for every kind of eater. You'll find something you love in there. There's a whole dessert section with chocolates, raw cheesecakes. Yeah. And again, the pictures are
Beautiful, beautiful pictures.
yeah.
Is this out yet?
It comes out at Alive New York, so in 12 days. So you could go to theearthdiet.com and you can pre-order it. So if you pre-order before, within the 12 days, you get a free ebook as well. Yeah.
Where again?
Theearthdiet.com. Or you can just Google The Earth Diet and the website will come up. Everything will come up. There's like a YouTube channel. And I'm one of the co-founders of this event, Alive New York. So I got together with Josh and Anna last year, like over 12 months ago, and we said, let's put together this epic, amazing event of speakers, and let's like acknowledge people in the health industry that are doing great things. And the whole message is like, how alive are we really in each moment? Because I know when I was binging on the junk food, I was traveling the world and like it was awesome. I had so much fun, but I could have had more fun if this wasn't going like, you know, binge and chitter-chattering and like bringing my energy down. So I was like, okay, how alive are we really? And how alive are we in one day? And I mean alive as in like our natural state. The love is flowing, feeling good, energy is up, not like depressed and negative or, you know, road rage and like screaming at other humans. Like how alive are we really? Yeah. Oh, and I like what Dr. C said before, like support positivity. If you see someone smiling down the road or laughing, like support that. That's awesome. That's what's kind of keeping this all around. And I feel like everything comes back to feeling good. Like we wanna eat good to feel good. We wanna look good to feel good. We wanna cure cancer and sickness and disease because we'd rather feel good than feel bad. Ultimately, we all wanna feel good. It feels better than feeling bad. And that's absolutely possible through good foods and everything.
Yeah, you guys are making us all smile. Come up here.
Yeah.
Come up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at your smile. Look at the smile. She's been making me smile all weekend. These kids, 3 kids, mom and dad, you're out there, right? Somewhere right there. They live in Detroit, and the kids had an opportunity. They could have gone to Disney World, or they could have come here to the Health Freedom Expo and meet all of us. And guess what the kids chose? I would have never thought it possible that could happen. You know, the message is resonating down to the next generation. It's not just a we wish, we hope. It is happening now. And you all are making it happen by being here and by spreading it, by supporting, just like what Liana said, by what Dr. C is saying. And we're going to have a great time in New York as well. You having fun? Yes.
Okay, so the most important part for all of us is, from now on, tomorrow morning, when the opportunity clock rings, you don't say, why do I have to get up? Another 10 minutes, please. No, you jump out of your bed and you say, I am somebody! And then you march towards the bathroom door, like you have a waving cape behind you, and you look into the mirror and you say, wow! And that's your morning. And that's when you know you are alive. So with Liana's food, with Robert's radio show, and with my morning suggestions, you're already half the way. Thank you, Steve.
We're all going to be in New York. Dr. C, are there any other events we should know about upcoming for you? Because a lot of people would want to follow up.
Yeah, we have our new website, drcoldwellopinion.tv, where you get nearly everything I've ever spoken about for free as a video clip. You get the essence of everything on that. You get Liana's and my interviews and video clips on my website, drcoldwellopinion.tv or drleonardcoldwell.com. It links you there. All my events will be there, but for the very first time in history for America, I trained 41 IBMS coaches. What I invented is the IBMS system, the instinct-based medicine system. Because I know our instinct is always right. Our brain is as good as always wrong. Because you meet somebody and you have a bad feeling. And then your brain kicks in, no, this person has a really nice smile and it couldn't be that bad. And then you got really run over. So our brain is easy to manipulate. But our instincts are always perfect. You know, you have a mom with a newborn baby. The baby has a stomach ache. What does the mom do? Puts the hand on her stomach, rubbing it. Who told her that? Magic. Your instinct. And for the very first time, I trained 41 IBMS coaches that are going to be licensed soon and active in America, teaching what I did with over 4 million people live in my live seminars and over 66,000 patients. But can the IBMS coaches stand up that are in the room right now, please? These are the people, if you want to know more about what we are doing, you can ask them after that. Thank you very much. And this gentleman with a pink tie, only real men wear pink. The gentleman with a pink tie is the best chiropractor on earth, and I swear on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a message of hope. There is no such thing as false hope. There's always hope. As long as you don't give up, there's always hope. I cured my mother from hepatitis C, liver cirrhosis, and liver cancer in a terminal state with 6 months to live 42 years ago. She's still alive today, just turned 76 years old. So there's always hope. There's always hope. You just never, ever, ever, ever give up. And I want to lead this back to Liana. I want you to tell these wonderful people what was the idea about writing your book, The Earth Diet. What was your idea? Why did you start with it? Why did you put all the effort in, all the work? What was the reason?
To make it easy for you guys, like I spent years doing researching and recipes and developing ones that didn't taste good in the beginning, and have really found these recipes that are incredible and only use ingredients that the earth provides naturally. So basically you get the book and it's got over 60 recipes for every different kind of eater, and it's all there, pictures, and it's so simple. Like there's only a few ingredients in some of them. For example, who likes chicken nuggets here? You like them? Okay. Oh, you could use eggplant instead of chicken. For example, like the coating for the chicken nuggets is made with almonds, turmeric, and Himalayan salt. Makes the most divine, crunchy, like chicken nugget or eggplant nugget. So basically, I just wanted to put it all together for you guys. And yeah, my dream is just to see this planet be healthy, and everyone be healthy and fully embrace themselves, be fully alive in more moments than not. We should feel good more of the time and feel less bad less of the time. And I just want to wrap up and just say that everyone in this room, every single person in this room, everyone in this room, everyone is a leader in this health movement. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. We all wouldn't be here. So everyone here has this power to be able to go out into the world and inspire your family and your friends and everyone around you to be healthy. Like you could be living, walking examples of that. So it's really powerful, and yeah.
Well, with the short time we have left, I've got to go back down to the booth. Please come say hello to me. I'll be talking some more as long as we're allowed to be here. Liana, Dr. C, as long as you can, and then continue with this out into the world, as I know you will do. Yeah. And the next time we have a Health Freedom Expo here, there should be 10 times the amount of people. You should tell that many, because that's how great this is.
Yeah, next year, at least.
I'm honored to be here with these two beautiful people. Beautiful not just on the outside, but beautiful from the heart. My life is surrounded with people like this. I'm honored with people like you. You know, guys, I'm a tough cookie. I've done and seen things you would never ever believe. I would never write a bio because you would not believe it on Facebook. Just believe it. You would not believe it. But every time somebody hugs me, every time somebody says thank you, every time somebody tells me their success story in health or whatever it might be, it gives me more hope. It gives us more energy. It's the same with Liana. Tell her what she is doing for you. Tell her thank you. Call Robert up in his radio show. Tell his listeners what a great guy he is. See, I'm proud to have friends like this. I'm proud to have listeners like you. Thank you so much.
We'll see you in New York in 12 days.
Yes.
And remember this, that the power to heal is yours.
All right.
Thank you very much.